It's 2:02 p.m. as I'm starting this message, but there is a huge ancestral energy coming through for my collective. And the biggest thing that they want you to know is just because they struggled doesn't mean you have to. Okay? I was channeling that this collective, for whatever reason, you've internalized that because your parents, because your grandparents, because your great-great-grandparents, uncles, whomever went through struggle and survived it, you can too. Now, I think that there is power in the fact of knowing that you can survive some hard stuff, of knowing your strength, of knowing your tenacity, your grit. But again, your ancestors are saying, why are we putting ourselves in positions that we worked hard to get out of? These ancestors are coming through to let you know that there is nothing that you have to prove to them. There's nothing that you have to do to gain their loyalty, to gain their love, to gain their support, to get wisdom and advice from them. They purposely worked through whatever this was so that future generations didn't have to go through it. And so they're seeing you purposely go through struggle or stay through struggle longer than you need to. And they're like, hello, did we not go and do all of this stuff to create better future opportunities and generational wealth for our beings? Like, come on. So we're going to get some cards for you here. But with the Hermit here at the bottom of the deck, I'm just really feeling like you're like, here are the spiritual battles I need to have in order to gain success. And don't get me wrong, we all have shadow work to do. We all have stuff to deconstruct. We all have stuff to do to grow, to evolve. I'm not saying you're just going to be handed everything. But this particular collective, you're literally just sitting in the struggle. And because, again, your parents, your grandparents, it's even this is people you never met. This is people that are hundreds and hundreds of years back, right? Like, it's just the energy of sitting with the struggle. But the general collective, the general theme here is literally the Three of Pentacles and the Emperor. It's like each generation continued on that work. Each generation, even if they could make the next generation 1% better, make their life 1% easier, that would be a win in their eyes. And that's exactly what they're doing. So again, when I'm channeling hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years back, if you think about all of that growth, all of that progress, even if it's just 1%, even if some of the times that we skip, we go back a little bit, or sometimes we do like a 2% growth, you know what I mean? Regardless, you're being put in a leadership position. You know, I think that's really what it is they put you down here to actually finally take the wisdom, the advice, the lessons from the struggle and apply it into what you do in life without actually needing to go through the struggle, without actually needing to go through hard times, without actually needing to put yourself in really difficult situations. What if the whole point was that you're not supposed to go through those situations and be put in those environments because you're meant to just lead right off rip? Princess of Wands was right beneath that. What if that's the whole point? What if they don't want you to be in periods, and I'm just hearing like waste months, waste years, trying to prove a point that's already been proven? Again, your ancestors are like coming through and they're like, there's nothing that you have to do for us. There's nothing that you have to prove. We went through these lessons and went through these experiences so you didn't have to. You have to show up authentically as you. You have to show up with love. That's all you have to do. And you can't do that if you're in the struggle bus, right? You can't live authentically. They want you to be happy. And it's like, you're turning away happiness. They're like, hello. Just want to pause it to make sure I'm keeping it. But literally only 2 cards pulled and we've got about 4 minutes of channeled. Literally, generational wealth, babe. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Is each line, each predecessor was handing the torch down so that the future generations had more of the success. And it's literally like you were the chosen one. And I don't use that word lightly. It turned to 4:04 and then 2:06 p.m. as I said that. I don't say that lightly. I rarely say that, if ever. But you were quite literally selected by your ancestors to be the recipient of this material generational wealth. You were supposed to be in a leadership position. You were supposed to be known. You were supposed to be... It wasn't supposed to be a struggle for you. You've already done that, I'm hearing. You've already lived those lives. And again, I just think that for whatever reason, you feel like you have to go through the struggle. You have to go through the turmoil to prove yourself. But they really want you, your spirit team, the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool, they want you to look at things differently. Okay? They want you to jump into life with excitement. Again, it's like you have missed out on so many different opportunities and so many different things and experiences in life because you put yourself in the struggle. And that's not for you to sit there and to criticize yourself or to reminisce or judge. That's not what that is about. But it's instead for you to decide that today I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to choose to have happiness over fear. I'm going to choose to allow my freedom before I allow my restraints to come in. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be optimistic. I feel like that's a part of what I'm channeling, is because people around you, because society, because the world as a whole is not doing well or is not happy, you feel like you have to participate in that too. And again, there's this emphasis of like, you feel like you need to prove yourself. You feel like you know, because someone did something, you need to do it too. You need to prove your worth. You need to prove it. No. Spirit says starting today and this day forward, literally the sun, you need to feel the light. You need to feel the radiance. You need to have positivity and joy and happiness in your life. You deserve it. You deserve it. And they crafted and made this life for you. So don't go in the period of struggle. Don't go into the darkness. Like, they want you. They want you to be able to feel all of it. And the thing is too, is this isn't an egoic, this isn't a manic, this isn't just like a high horse. You still understand the struggle. You still understand the sacrifices. You still understand the grief. You still carry that within you, but you don't let it define you. And you don't choose to step back into that just because that's what the people before you did. No, you got to take ownership of this gift. You got to really take this gift and run with it, because again, you were the chosen one. This generational wealth being bestowed upon you, they could have chosen so many different people. This could have come from so many different family lines, but they chose you. So I just heard, don't make me regret it. Don't make them regret it, y'all. Run with it. But y'all got it. I love you.